since we're in the party mood anyway. So I've been walking around with this idea for a couple of years now. And basically it's an app, or it can be a web-based app, but it's like the thing that's always on your TV when you have a party, or it can be any social gathering. It could be a Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner, whatever. But so basically it's on your TV. It's a kind of a Spotify playlist. So you enter an event, enter a room, and there's a playlist going. You hear songs, whatever. And instead of going to the guy who's who's streaming the Spotify songs and asking him to play a certain song or adding a song, you can connect to a hub and you add a song. And I think Spotify already has this, but there is a feature that you can vote which song comes on next. So there's like a playlist, but once if you want to add a song to the playlist, you first have to vote to another song. So you take a look through the playlist. It's something from Queen. Cool, I like that. And you hit like or whatever, and it jumps to the number one. Like it's next in line. And then you can add your own song. And whenever someone wants to add another song, they first have to vote. And maybe your song gets voted to the top. So it will be the next song playing.
So just from my understanding, so you can use this for every social event, and so then people can use the app or maybe the function. Mm-hmm. I think because probably a lot of people will use Spotify initially, right?
So the most ideal scenario would be to be like a plugin for Spotify, or the ideal scenario would be for Spotify to add that feature.
Sure.
But maybe we can interact with Spotify, so that it's a standalone app at first, and then maybe Spotify will integrate it.
Cool.
But the cool thing is, so the idea started with just that, and actually, so we've had our New Year's party at our mutual friend, and we did the bingo with the you have to take a ball, you have a number, and once in a while it's like a lottery, and if your number comes out, you have to take a shot of tequila, right?
Sure, yeah.
But before Ozan did that the first time, I already had this idea, because since it's an app that is always on parties, I thought it would be cool to, because it would be just boring to make it only about songs.
Sure.
It would be cool to make a feature that randomly, everyone who's connected to the app, randomly gets a notification like, basically, you're fucked. You have to take the shot.
Yeah, and
like
everybody else also
the whole
gets
screen
the
starts flashing. Yeah, everyone gets a notification like Albert is the one to take the shot, and the screen starts flashing like Albert, you're the one.
And maybe also you can make the music stop.
Yeah,
so
sure.
You
get all the attention,
and then we get one sound in particular.
Yeah,
then you know it's your turn to drink.
Nice.
And then you know it's your time.
Yeah,
exactly right.
You're screwed.
Yeah.
So there was one extra feature to make it like more party-like, and of course you would always have the nuances, because you have a party with friends where you drink a lot of booze and alcohol, and it's really going crazy. But maybe you have an event like with your family, so you don't want to take the free shots, but maybe someone has to do something funny, or someone has to, I don't know.
For instance, change socks with the one next to you.
Yeah,
something like that.
For example,
just make it fun. Not just about drinking.
To make it more cool and fun and whatever.
Exactly.
So there's like an app. It's always on. You have a social gathering, and like instead of just having the TV on, it's like it's there. It's on the screen. Maybe when the songs are playing, it's just a wallpaper or something. Sure. Maybe you have a list of everyone who's attending the party. Maybe it's kind of linked to Facebook profiles. You see some pictures or whatever, and then once in a while something happens, like an event takes place. And
you know why I think that this is a cool idea? Is because everyone nowadays is interacting with each other through an iPhone or through a smartphone.
Yeah.
So basically, also at the social gathering,
it kind of is
by interacting with each other in a,
it's a mix up. You're there, you're speaking face to face, but the social or the technology is pulling you to the side.
Exactly. And what I found very cool as well is the fact that you can have these different kind of functions within the app.
Yeah.
So for instance, if you wanna, play a crazy drinking game, you can do that with your friends.
Yeah.
But if you wanna add the function to do something ridiculous or funny, for instance, change your socks with someone else, you can add it as well. Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah.
So
cool.
there's so there are multiple elements to it. on the one hand you have a more party element, so to say, but on the other hand you can also make a more fun element, which is it's basically more applicable for other situations. So it's only not limited to one situation.
Yeah. So if I would have to like summarize the app in one sentence, it's the app that's always on a social gathering, and whatever the social gathering is, crazy party or casual Christmas dinner with family, doesn't matter. There's like options and features, and I think there's like always one host, one guy that probably lives there or whatever. He hosts it on TV, and he he defines the rules.
Oh yeah.
Like at this party or this event is going to be this feature, not this feature, and this rule or whatever. And then, for example,
so he disables basically the things that are not relevant.
like the free
so
shots. You won't have it at a casual Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
But for example, the Spotify, like which song will play next, that can be on always.
But wait a second. So if I understand correctly, you can give assignments, but you can also make a playlist. But how do you integrate those? I mean, if you make a playlist, is it somehow compatible, for example, with Spotify, YouTube, in the case of music?
That would be something to think about. What would be the easiest to use? I mean, YouTube.
Sure. Yeah. Then you can integrate it in there.
But then if you think about, for example, the assignments, it's at least for me, it seems like a completely different connection. Because in the case of assignment, it's more like a box with ideas which are already there, and then it's basically just something pops up. Whereas if you connect something to YouTube or Spotify, then you're connected to something that already exists.
True.
Like
ideally, it should be integrated, so it should be, or maybe talking to Spotify, so playing the music through Spotify, but through that app.
But let's say you had to pick one. Okay, so right now we have two functionalities, so to say. So random music picking or random assignment picking on a social event. Yeah. If you had to pick one, which one would you use?
So I could tell from how I came up with the idea.
Why not both?
But that's how it started. So the first idea, the initial idea was, do you know Slido, no. Something like that? We use it at companies where I work at. So we have a gathering, some kind of networking event or whatever, and then there's always 10 questions at the end just to make it more interactive, whatever. And then you can log on with your phone. It's all in the browser. You have like a code. It's on a big screen, 513. You put in your phone 513, and you get connected with everyone in the room. And then there's 10 questions, and you have to answer those questions. And then at the end, there's a winner. Whoever had the most questions correct, and whoever answered them fastest, whatever. And I thought, okay, this interactiveness could be applied to Spotify, as in there's a playlist. I add a song to the playlist. I let everyone else vote. And basically, we all together determine what the next song will be, because obviously that's the most popular one, because everyone voted it. That's how it started. And I thought, okay, of course, this would be a cool feature. And then you could, like, starting from this, you can make an app, what is always on your TV when you have a social gathering. And then I thought of another feature being now it's time for Aubrey to take a shot or do something crazy or whatever, to make it more fun, not just about music. So initially it was the Spotify thing, the song thing, and then I kind of pivoted to fun.
But could it be like two separate apps, or is it really something overlapping?
Could be, but that's the thing. I want it to be the app that's always on the TV.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think if it's only about music, it would be moi. And if it's only about fun, there's probably apps who do that, kind of a lottery app or whatever. So it should be kind of a mix of...
Because for me, the overlap between music and fun is entertainment. So basically it's something which brings entertainment. Yeah. So that's the unique factor, so to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could also add in, for instance, games we play when we were with friends is 30 seconds, of course.
Yeah, those kind of things.
Yeah, those kind of things we can do as well.
And one thing that
as well
comes to mind now, because the way you should think about it is, that app doesn't exist. I'm at the party. What elements are there? So there's music.
Yeah.
There's food. There's drinks. Food is maybe a bit difficult to put in an app, but like drinks, okay, we can do the shot thing. But maybe another cool thing is, for example, let's say you're at a party, but like you would want to say to the host, like, man, who the fuck is this guy? He's acting weird. I don't know this guy. Or or maybe someone puked in the toilet.
Report to the host.
Exactly, but like it's like anonymously, you could send a message to the big screen, the TV, like, dear host, who the fuck puked in the toilet or whatever, and then he can see like, oh shit, or maybe you want to tell something or share something.
Damn it, Tom!
To make it even more fun.
Oops, I did it again.
Yeah. But any questions? Any? Would you use the app?
I would certainly use the app because, in essence, I do think that I understand a little bit what you're talking about. You just want to make a one-stop shop for an app that you put on during a social gathering, for instance, a party.
Yeah.
I see it being used, for instance, during a children's party. Mm-hmm. Because nowadays children also drink below 10 also have
alcohol.
Yeah. So I also see those small children who have a smartphone right now nowadays compared to 10 years ago using this app. So it could also be used for that. So it's very broad. I think it's a good idea. But what I think that it's most difficult is how do you want to develop such an app, because it's probably a web-based app or maybe a native app where you have to install the music part. I think that sure, the functions, for instance, letting other people do crazy shit, I understand that, but the function of letting music being played, that's a different ball game, because then you have to install or connect with Spotify.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the programming, that's
But that's also not I'm not a developer, so that I'll leave that to the listeners. But you get the idea, right?
I get the idea, and I think it's in essence it's a great idea. But so the playing of the music that could be
a tricky
thing.
Yeah, I agree.
So are we talking about compatibility on different?
No, we're talking about if it's in a web-based app, it could be compatible with every device. You could just go on your smart TV and just start the app, of course. But so I don't see that as a problem. But what I do see as a problem is being able to play music on your device or on your app.
Yeah,
because Spotify wants users to open Spotify and not your app.
Yeah, true, agree. Yeah. So I would have to pray that Spotify buys me.
But nowadays, of course, you have also YouTube Music.
Yeah, maybe you can connect with that.
But let's say just to wrap
providers.
it up, let's say the music thing is one thing, the entertainment. Then, from my point of view, you can still do the fun part, regardless of the music part. So you can still focus on the entertainment part, making some like an entertainment game or assignment game, whatever. And then the music part to think about at a later point or something, how to integrate it. So at least that's the thing you have. It depends on which idea you want to focus on first. So do I want to do the music, or do I want to do the entertainment, or both, or which one do I start?
Yeah, it might be a good idea to split them up. The reason I just put them together is because I think like almost at every social gathering you do put on music.
Yeah.
But not at all the social events you do a fun game or whatever. So it's just
sure.
Yeah. But let's talk about it the next time.